So our first step is going to be number 1.
I thought we didn't need to do number 1.
You don't need to do number 1 because it's a stick, but I'm doing the demonstration for the video.
Oh, I didn't realize you were video. I'm sorry.
So now, after I've done the step number 1, and you're fine to do the step number 1 if you want to do the step number 1, then I'm going to do step 2 and 4. And then I'm going to apply this just like I would nail polish. Make sure you have your powders open. So I'm going to apply it down the middle, side to side. I'm going to put it back in. I'm going to dip it at a slant, which is a 45-degree angle, into my powder. Count to 2 and then pull it out and dust it off.
Are you dipping it in the clear or the
I'm dipping it into the clear. Dipping it into the clear.
all the way?
All the way. Trade it out with the other kit. All the way. All the way down. So it should only adhere to where I have applied it. So only adheres to where I had applied the glue. Okay? So then I'm going to not touch it or anything like that. If it was on the skin, then I would use my orange wood stick to go around the edges. So after that, I'm going to go to my next one. And that is going to be my step 3. So I take my step 3. I'm going to go down the middle, side to side. And then I like to dust it off before wiping it off on my paper. And then I'm going to dip this into my color at a 45-degree angle.
Do you always have to dip it in the clear? Like if I was doing like a paint, would I still dip it in my clear?
Yes, you always want a base.
Because isn't that what evens out the...
That's what evens out, like the natural nail. Because you want your color to be even. So then I do my application, which my application would look like this. And you always want to go in at a 45-degree angle whenever you're doing your application. Now we're dipping into the jar, but you have these lovely little trays that you can add a little bit of product into, and then you can take their finger and then dip it into it. Just like this, dipping it into. You can put the powder here and you just slide the finger in, doing the application. When you're doing your finger, that's how the process that we'll use for that. No, only do the clear once. So now we have done our application. So what number do you think we need to go back to?
4.
Number, yes, 2 and 4. So we're going to get our 2 and 4. And then we're going to apply down the middle, side to side. And then what color do you think we need to go into? Silver. So I'm going to dust off before I put it into my glue because I don't want to turn my glue in silver. And then I'm going to dip at a 45-degree angle. A lot of people count to 2. And then you're going to dust off. And as you can see, it's building up the thickness onto my powder. My powder's eventually getting thicker. So now we are going to go to the next step, which would be, we're going to go to, we need to seal it off. So we're going to go with number 3. Number 3 again. We're going to go down the middle, side to side. Wipe off. Put it back in. I dip back into the clear with a 45 degree. And then I'm going to use my number 5 on top.
Wait, what did you dip it into?
I dipped it into my clear.
Oh, wow, that was magical.
After step 3?
After step 3, I dipped it back into the clear because I'm putting a top coat to seal on top of it. And then I'm going to do my number 5 all down it. And you may want to do this a couple of times. I always start at the up close to the nail bed and then come down.
When I put on the clear, it took away all the sparkles and everything.
It'll come back.
Like even with my 5.
I mean,